Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, US Wealth Hub. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about Trump's birthright citizenship order is unconstitutional. Appeals court says. A federal appeals court has struck down President Donald Trump's executive order aimed at ending birthright citizenship for certain U.S.-born children. The court ruled that the policy violated the 14th Amendment, which grants citizenship to nearly everyone born on American soil. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. A federal appeals court said Wednesday that President Trump's executive order curtailing birthright citizenship is unconstitutional. The policy, which has been the subject of complicated months-long legal back and forth, is currently on hold. But Wednesday's decision appears to mark the first time that an appellate court has weighed in on the merits of Mr. Trump's attempt to end birthright citizenship for many children of undocumented immigrants by executive order. A panel of judges on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit wrote that Mr. Trump's order is invalid because it contradicts the plain language of the 14th Amendment's grant of citizenship to all persons born in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. White House spokeswoman Abigail Jackson said in a statement to CBS News, "The Ninth Circuit misinterpreted the purpose and the text of the 14th Amendment. We look forward to being vindicated on appeal." On the first day of Mr. Trump's second term, he signed an executive order that said people born in the United States should not automatically get citizenship if one parent is undocumented and the other is a citizen or green card holder, or if both parents are in the U.S. on temporary visas. The order directed federal agencies to stop issuing citizenship documents within 30 days to people who fall into those categories. The order drew a flurry of lawsuits, as most legal experts have said the 14th Amendment, which was ratified in 1868, automatically offers citizenship to virtually everybody born within the U.S., regardless of their parents' immigration status, with extremely narrow exceptions. The Trump administration argues the citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment does not apply to people whose parents are in the country illegally or temporarily, citing a clause that says citizenship is granted to those who are subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. Those parents do not necessarily have allegiance to the country, the government argues, so they therefore aren't subject to the jurisdiction. The Ninth Circuit disagreed. It wrote Wednesday that a plain reading of the 14th Amendment suggests that citizenship was meant to be granted to anybody who is subject to the laws and authority of the United States. The defendant's proposed interpretation of the citizenship clause relies on a network of inferences that are unmoored from the accepted legal principles of 1868. The judges wrote, "Perhaps the executive branch, recognizing that it could not change the Constitution, phrased its executive order in terms of a strained and novel interpretation of the Constitution," the opinion said. The issue reached the Ninth Circuit after a lower court in Washington state blocked the birthright citizenship executive order in February, responding to a lawsuit from several Democratic states. The Trump administration in March appealed that ruling. It reasserted its arguments about who the 14th Amendment applies to, called the ruling vastly overbroad, and argued the states did not have standing to sue over the order. On Wednesday, the Ninth Circuit said the states did have the right to sue, pointing to the risk that states would be financially harmed by a federal policy that narrows who qualifies for citizenship. The appellate judges also upheld the district courts, finding that the states are likely to succeed in showing the order violates the Constitution. The Ninth Circuit's ruling was written by Clinton-appointed Judge Ronald Gould and joined by Obama-appointed Judge Michael Daley Hawkins. A third member of the panel, Judge Patrick Bumate, appointed by Mr. Trump in his first term, dissented in part, writing that the states don't have standing and adding it's premature to address the merits of the citizenship question or the scope of the injunction. Supreme Court hasn't weighed in on merits of birthright citizenship yet. The birthright citizenship issue reached the Supreme Court earlier this year, but not in a case involving the merits of the Trump administration's policy. Instead, the Supreme Court weighed in on whether the district courts that issued nationwide blocks against Mr. Trump's executive order were exceeding the scope of their power, a perennial topic of debate in legal circles that has frustrated presidents of both parties. The High Court's ruling last month limited the use of nationwide injunctions. in a 6-3 decision. It granted a request by the administration to narrow the injunctions against the Birthright Citizenship order, but only to the extent that the injunctions are broader than necessary to provide complete relief. That doesn't mean the Birthright Citizenship order will take effect. Shortly after the ruling, a New Hampshire court paused the executive order nationwide in a lawsuit that was brought as a class action after the Supreme Court's decision left the door open to that option. The Supreme Court also did not directly address whether states can still sue over the order. In the case that the Ninth Circuit ruled on Wednesday, the government has argued that courts can just block the Birthright Citizenship order for residents of the states that sued, rather than issuing a nationwide injunction. But the states argue that would provide them with incomplete relief because people move from state to state. Although the Supreme Court has not yet addressed the core constitutional issue, the executive order remains blocked nationwide. A recent New Hampshire court ruling continues to pause its enforcement, ensuring the policy is on hold. As litigation moves forward, the future of birthright citizenship remains in the hands of the judiciary. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
Trump's Birthright Citizenship order is unconstitutional, appeals court says. A federal appeals court ruled that President Trump's executive order curtailing birthright citizenship is unconstitutional. The Ninth Circuit Court stated the order contradicts the 14th Amendment, which grants citizenship to all born in the US, regardless of their parents' immigration status. The executive order issued on Trump's first day of his second term sought to deny citizenship to children born in the US if their parents were undocumented, on temporary visas, or not permanent residents. Legal experts and multiple states challenged the order, leading to a lower court's block earlier this year. The appellate court upheld that block, affirming the state's right to sue and their likelihood of proving the policy unconstitutional. Judges Donald Gold and Michelle Daly Hawkins supported the ruling. Judge Patrick Bumetry partially dissented. The Supreme Court has not yet ruled on the merits, but limited nationwide injunction. However, in New Hampshire, court lead opposed the order nationwide, maintaining a hold on its implementation pending further legal action.